Hi, fifth graders. Mr. Greenfield back again. Just want to remind you that yesterday we started out with the standard or the standard algorithm for long division. And there's a reference sheet in your bundle if you get stuck or need help remembering how to do this. Yesterday, your assignment looked like this. And so today's video is just going to take you through this, just kind of a reminder or practice. Yesterday, we gave you the mnemonic device, thinking of family, dad, mom, sister, brother, and rover. So you might want to put that at the top of your paper just so you can go back and use that as a reference. But if you remember from yesterday with the standard method of division, you're looking at 87 divided by 3. So we're going to break this into workable chunks. I look at the first number and see, well, can I take 8 items and divide them into 3 groups? Yes, I can. So I have to think, how many groups of 3 can I fit into 8? Well, I can fit 2 of them. So I know I'm going to put 2 right above the 8. So I divided 8 by 3 and got 2. So my next step is to multiply those. I'm going to multiply my 2 groups of 3. So when I divided 8 by 3, I know so far I've divided 6 of those items because 2 times 3 is 6. So now I have to do the next step, sister or subtract. Subtract out to see how many pieces I still have left to divide out. Well, 8 minus 6 will give me 2. So my next step is brother or bring down. So I bring down the next number. So just kind of draw a little arrow and you're going to put it right next to my 2 and we're going to make it a 27. And rover repeat. So we're going to repeat the process. So we go back to division. 27 divided into 3 equal groups. Well, I know that 3 times 9 is 27. So we multiplied 9 times 3 and got 27. Now we need to subtract. 27 minus 27, well, that's 0. There's no more numbers to bring down. There's no other numbers to repeat, so our answer is 29. There is no remainder. It goes in there evenly 29 times. If we looked at the next one on our paper, I have to look at the 9. How many times can I divide 9 by 4? Or how many groups of 4 will fit into 9, you might be thinking. Well, I know I can go in 1 time. I know I can go in 2 times. So we want to get as close to 9 as we can without going over, because 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 would be too big. So I'm going to go in 2 times. 9 divided by 4 is 2. So we divided. Now we're going to do the next step, mom or multiply. 2 groups of 4 was 8. So we still have some left over that we haven't divided out yet. So our next step of our family mnemonic device is sister or subtract. So we're going to subtract to see what we have left. I've got 1 item left of that 9, and I need to brother bring down my next set. So now I have 16 pieces still left to divide. Well, 16 divided by 4, or think of how many groups of 4 can I fit evenly into 16? Well, 4 goes into 16 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. So sister subtract, 16 take away 16 is 0. There's nothing left to bring down, so I'm done. So 96 divided by 4 is 24. So it worked out evenly. No remainder there. Okay, if I look at the next one, now we have a 3-digit number that we're dividing by 3. So I still start at the same process. I look at the first number. Can 3 go evenly into 4? Or think to yourself, what is 4 divided by 3 people? Each person would get 1 item. Make sure you put it directly above that. So 1 times 3 is 3. So if we do dad, mom, sister, brother, rover, next step is subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. And the next step after that is bring down. So we bring down, we can only bring one place value at a time. You can't bring both of them. So I'm just bringing the 2 down. And rover up here, when we did our rover, repeat. So 12 divided by 3, or 3 goes into 12 4 times, because I know that 4 times 3 is 12. So if I subtract that, I get 0. Now you might be thinking, well, I'm done. But remember the process. Bring down, you have to look. Oh, I still have another number that hasn't been divided yet. So you got to bring that 6 down. And we've got 0 here and 6 here, so we have a total of 6 items. So 3 goes into 6, or 6 divided by 3. We can be thinking, how many equal groups of 3 can go in there? 2 of them, because I know that 2 times 3 is 6. And 6 subtract 6 will give me 0. So 142, no remainder. If we look at this one, how many equal groups of 5 will go into 9? Well, I know that 2 times 5 is 10. That's too big. So it's going to have to be one group of 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Remember, we're going to subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. And then brother, bring down. Bring down one number. So now I have 44 equal pieces that I want to divide into groups of 5. Or divide amongst 5 people, you can be thinking too. So I know that 5 times 9 is 45. That's too big, so it's going to have to be 8. So I know that 8 times 5 is 40. Because remember, the second step is to multiply. Third step is subtract. So I'm going to subtract these two. 44 minus 40. Well, I know that that's 4. Brother, bring down. Bring down this next number, 7. 5 times 9 is 45. And we subtract that, and we have 2 left over. There's no more to bring down. So we have 189 with a remainder of 2 items left over. Okay, if we look at the back side, see how you did there. Now we've got 3-digit numbers and 4-digit numbers that we're dividing out. So you can put dad, mom, sister, brother, rover up top to help you with the steps. Some of you don't need help with that. You already have it memorized. 6 and 8 here. So 8 divided by 6. I know that 6 will go in there one time. Multiply. 1 times 6 is 6. And the next step is subtract. See what we have left. Well, 8 minus 6 is 2. We have 2 in that group, and we're going to bring down the 4 to make a 24. Now we're going to repeat the process. So we go back to division. 24 divided by 6. I know that 6 times 4 is 24. So I'm going to multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. And subtract those two. And get 0. Brother, bring down. Park it right next to it. And repeat the process. So I'm going to divide. 8 divided by 6. Well, I know that one was here earlier, and that was 1. So 1 times 6 is 6. I'm going to subtract those 2 and see that I have 2 items that I wasn't able to divide. So 848 divided by 6. 6 can go into there 141 even times, and you'll have 2 pieces left over. If we look at the next one, 7. 9 divided by 7. Oh yeah, one time. 1 times 7 is 7, and then remember, subtract. 9 minus 7 is 2, and then brother, bring down. And so now I have 28 parts that I want to divide into groups of 7. Well, I know that 7 times 4 is 28. and 28 minus 28 is 0. Bring down the 9 and repeat the process. 9 divided by 7 is 1. 1 times 7 is 7, and subtract. I have a remainder of 2, so my answer is 141, remainder of 2. Same answer I had here. Okay, let's take a look at number 7. Move this up a little bit. Same process, dad, mom, sister, brother, rover, so we're going to divide first. 4 divided by 3, one time, one group of 3 can fit in there, so 1 times 3 is 3. We're going to subtract, and we have 1 left. So we need to repeat the process by bringing down this and start over and divide again. So 18 divided by 3. Well, I know 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6 is 18. So I'm going to have to put a 6 up here because you want to get as close as you can without going over. So 3 times 6 is 18. If I subtract those, I have 0 left. But I still have more numbers. Remember, you can only bring one down at a time. So I'm going to bring down the 5. So 5 divided by 3, or how many groups of 3 can I fit into 5? That's 1. So remember to multiply. 1 times 3 will give me 3. And I have 2 left. But I still have to bring down my next number and now repeat the process. So I have 29 divided by 3. Well, 3 times 10 is 30. So that's too big, so it's going to have to be 9. 3 times 9 is 27. So I know that 3 can go in there 27 times, or 9 groups of 3, so I guess 27, excuse me. And I'm going to subtract this out, and I have 2 left over. And there's no more numbers to bring down, so 1,619 with a remainder of 2 items left over that we couldn't divide evenly. Last one. See how we did here. So 5 and 9. 9 divided by 5 is 1, because I can only fit one group of 5 in there. 2 groups of 5 will be too big. And I'm going to subtract. That gives me 4 pieces left. So next step, bring down the next number and repeat the process. So now I have 46 divided by 5. Well, I know that 5 times 9 is 45. So I'm going to put my 9 up here, repeat the process. So I multiply, remember, that 9 groups of 5 was 45. So we have 45 out of the 46 taken care of, but we still have 1 left that we weren't able to divide. So we're going to bring down the next number and repeat the process. 18 divided by 5. Well, I know that 5 times 3 is 15. So we've got 15 of those 18 taken care of. I'm going to subtract that out, and I have 3 left. Oh, still got another number to bring down, so I'm going to draw an arrow, keep it lined up, and repeat the process. So I have 37 pieces still to divide. Well, 5 times 7 is 35. I'll put my 7 up here. So 7 groups of 5 is 35. We're going to subtract, and we have 2 left over. No more numbers to bring down, so we know that 9,687 divided by 5 gives us a quotient of 1,937 with a remainder of 2 pieces that we couldn't divide out. Okay, so check your work, see how you did. And once again, if you have any questions, please ask, and I'll do my best to help you.